guys hear me back there? Yes. Okay, that's good. I see signs of life. Okay, we're going to get this meeting started. First things first, silence your cell phones. It's not a biggie, but once in a while it goes off and then you're scrambling to find it, and you know how that goes. Okay, good, we got that done. I do want to let you guys know that on that back table in the corner is free stuff, except for anything that looks like a flower, okay? Because, oh, that's the other thing. Our member share today is first flower, and I've got a sign-up sheet so that we know who's coming up to share. It worked. I got people signed up. Linnell, Sue, Ellen, Shirley, Rosie, and Sue. And do you? You haven't signed up? I'll sign you. What is your name?
Rebecca.
Rebecca. Okay. Anybody else?
Way back there.
Oh.
Mitzi.
Mitski. That's a neat name.
Mitzi.
Mitski.
Missy.
Oh, Mitzi.
Missy.
Missy. Is there a T in there?
No.
I'm sorry.
Mitzi.
The acoustics.
Mitzi. Is that right?
I got you. One way or another, I got you. Did I get everybody else? Okay, we're good. Okay, and I think that's good. I think we're okay. It gives me great pleasure to introduce one of our very own, Michael Fritschi, has been a member of PAA for how long? I forgot to ask you. 2 years. 2 years. Very, very involved in the organization and a fabulous artist. He is going to show us painting landscapes in bold colors. And he kind of lives by the mantra that he paints in one day, but then he can backtrack and say, well, maybe if I want to change something, I'll come back and look at it. But I think that's really commendable. So, and he works for the city of Placerville and lives in Placerville. So with that, let's bring up Michael.
Turn your microphone up. Jackie, turn your microphone off.
Can you hear this okay?
In just a minute.
Okay. Oh, there it is. All right. So today, because we have an hour, I wanted to have a very simple composition. This is a house that I pass by almost every day on Gold Hill Road. It's owned by the Houstons. I grew up in that area. We buy fruit from them now, but I used to fish in their pond when I was little. So it's kind of nice. And it's a very simple composition, and it's something that can be done fairly quickly. One of the things I do is I guess becoming my trademark is I will tone my canvas with very bright orange, like an acrylic orange. And I'll paint oils on top of that. And I have a fairly limited palette, warms and cools, and I pretty much mix my own greens and some of my own oranges to keep things just uniform throughout the painting. There's a couple of some recent work that I've done here, and then just a little one that was in my office I thought I'd bring as well. This is the Ventura River Trail near Ojai. This is from a vacation we were in last fall in Laredo, Mexico. So without further ado, I do have some cards up here if you'd like a card and you didn't get one. I passed out some of my thoughts about painting, so hopefully you got a sheet. If you weren't able to get one, you can take a picture of your neighbors. So I'm going to get started, and I'll kind of talk as I go. So my first step in picking a good composition is I'll do a quick sketch Usually I do a sketch on a smaller piece of paper, but because we had the presentation today, I wanted to do it larger. Kind of tells me like where things are with my composition. This one is so dark in the foreground that I didn't just continue to darken, and I kind of knew that I wanted to peek over on this side a little bit more, so it's not like in the center. So that's one of the steps I've been taking lately to try and nail my composition, because it's such a pain to go back and try to change your composition after you've been painting for a while. You know, just chuck it or like keep going. So I really like these daily rounding brushes. These are 4s, I think. They're relatively inexpensive. They're from England. They just take a while to get to you. Hog's hair grabs a lot of paint, which is something that I like. This is also something that I use. It's my little scraper. You'll see that I'll scrape back some paint and let the orange shine through as I work. So I like to lay in a little mixture of some dark red and some ultramarine blue, and I'll just kind of start my sketch.
So are those watercolors or?
No, this is oil. So this is a
With water, huh?
really thin. This is a turpentine,
Oh, okay.
odorless. And so what I'll do is I'll just start a really free and easy thin sketch. Just trying to get the composition down at first. So you can see it's very watery. I start out thin and I slowly get to thick. This is actually going down. So that's about right. There's a dormer in here. Right. Window. Just kind of a little bit more blue to that. And so I'll start getting in some of the foliage, just kind of telling myself where it's going to be. See if I see the darks. Start really laying the darks. That roof it's going to be dark. Oops. I lost track of what I was. It's dark, but it's not dark. That's what's nice about starting out thin. If you're like, oh yeah, that's not dark. A little bit of depth. Here. Now I'm just going to kind of cover the whole thing. Really dark here in that foreground. It's going to be kind of fun. Some of the things can shine through. Need some room for that. Probably be working with a bigger brush. That gets. Just go fast.
Michael, are you self-taught?
I am self-taught to some extent, but we look at other people's art all the time, learn things. I've watched a fair amount of YouTube.
Who started painting first, you or your mother?
My mother.
There we
She
are.
painted before I was born,
Oh,
and she always encouraged me to do art. As a kid, I always drew in school instead of doing algebra. Somehow I ended up with an engineering degree. I don't know how. Yeah, she painted my
my father at the time painted. So I kind of grew up around it. I never really painted until I was, much older. And I painted acrylic for a few years when I was living in Oregon, nothing serious, and then my mom finally told me that I needed to paint. So I took up oils. It's going on 3 years now, I think, and it's been wonderful. So I owe my mom a lot. So for so many different reasons.
How does water and oil differ?
Water and oil? Water dries right away. Oil doesn't. Oil, I don't know, I think that oil can be richer in some ways. Okay, it looks like we're really adding too much for what we're not. I think it's going to be okay. Just add a little bit of white in there. Careful not to put too much white in the foreground, especially something this close.
Michael, a lot of your scenes are plein air type of scenes. Do you typically work off of a reference photo, or do you paint plein air as well?
Both. I'm lazy, so I'll just do a lot of stuff indoors. But it's fun to bring the kid out. I do a lot of. If I see something that speaks to me, I'll take a picture and want to paint it later. Or sometimes something will start out as a plein air, and then I'll finish it inside. Okay, I don't want to get too much dark on that. This is kind of our basic shapes. I do a lot of squinting. Squinting helps. I find myself not squinting. I'm like, why don't I like my painting right now? I'm like, oh, I haven't been squinting. Every painting gets to that uncomfortable place. This is kind of the fun part, just kind of sketching it in. And then you start adding the colors, and then there's this point where it gets uncomfortable, and you're like, okay, I'm still gonna paint, even though it's not comfortable right now. It's like in that awkward point. Let's see. All right. I'm just gonna start putting in a little bit of cool blues here.
So when you say awkward, you just this is not a good painting?
Yeah, or not liking it, right? I'm not going to say it's not good painting until I'm done, but yeah, maybe it's something that it's kind of awkward. Like I wouldn't pick that for anything, but maybe it'll improve. And I'm just kind of like trying out like what kind of coolness do I want in the foreground? Like how bold do I want to get with that? Try that out a little bit. All right, now I think I'm ready for some color. What's this? Oh, you know what? This thing's great. I love this. This is my favorite toy. I forgot to put the post in.
So you start with almost two values.
Yeah. So I'm going to put a post here because I think there is one. And you know what? I think I'm going to invent a post here. If I can. Maybe a little bit taller. I'll just put in some illusion of some stems like this, just by taking some of the paint out. And just add some fun lines in. It's a lot easier to do while it's wet.
Mike, are you still doing this with the brush?
Oh no, this is a piece of rubber.
Oh,
Yeah, let me pass one around. I'll pass my favorite one around. I trust you guys. This is one I use for big pieces.
For like candy trap.
And I just peel the paint back physically.
Pretty cool.
All right. try to keep a clean palette. For me, I'm kind of antsy, but I know some artists will have like just this messy old palette, and I don't know how to get their clean lines with that. So I'm always wiping my palette, trying to keep it clean. All right, I'm gonna mix some of that really nice red that I see up there, in that whatever plum tree or whatever the heck that is. I don't really know trees. I just know colors of trees. That's kind of nice. I'll make a couple of different tones.
Fruitless plum.
I'll add, a little bit of, let's warm that up with a little bit of this nice deep yellow. More of a yellow. I'm being stingy with paint. I need to not be stingy with paint. I find myself should just use as much paint as we want. And not, if I give myself more, then I can be more free once it's mixed. So I've got like 3 nice little tones. This red. Okay, so that's really nice and bright right here. I want to get that needs to be brighter. So that's not what I was looking for. Like my brush. See if this is ever better. That's some green there too. I need to not forget that. We'll get those top little things later. I really like them.
So Michael, you need to be sure and invite these people to the studio tour because people like to buy paintings of their houses.
Oh, yeah. You guys see this, the El Dorado Hill Studio Tour
Yeah.
stuff out there, and then they're got the Placerville one coming up in the fall. Okay, I'm getting too involved in that. I need to let that go for a minute. Let's get some green. I like making green.
What are you dipping your brush in?
Oh, that's a turbinoid.
It is turpentine.
Yeah,
Don't
the
drink it.
odorless.
Okay.
He doesn't put it where he puts his water glass.
Yes, that happened to me once, and I had to spit it out like I'm like,
Like quickly.
just like in a cartoon. I'm like,
Odorless but not tasteless.
yeah. I knew right away. Like, oh yeah, don't swallow that. That can be really. All right, let's put some light. See what this light's hitting. And then we'll come back in. We're just kind of blocking in color right now. And then we'll come in with some really thick.
What brand of paint do you like?
Oh, Blue Ridge paint. It's made in somewhere on the eastern side of the United States. It's super not. It's not as expensive as some of the other like, fancy paints. But it's a little bit more than Winsor Newton, but the quality is just so much better, in my opinion. I like this. I'm just gonna layer in some.
So when you say quality, is that blendability?
Yeah, blendability, I'd say, probably just overall pigment. Let's put some of this on the side.
Do you ever paint without a picture?
Most of the time, no. That might be a place where I challenge myself in the future. Just come up with a landscape in my brain.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take something and do something to it. But for the most part, I'm always starting with something rooted. Let's see, we've got some paint here.
Along that same line, how do you find the photos that you wanna paint? I mean, how do you work on your design and composition? How do you get that?
Well, I'll take a bunch of pictures.
Uh-huh,
Sometimes I'll stop my car and take the pictures. Sometimes I'll take them alone.
uh-huh.
But then I'll get home and I'll crop them like, oh, this might be good for this, or this might be good for another. And I also have a little, I think everybody has this program. It's like a little phone picture program where you can crop, what you're looking at. And then I even use it sometimes to try out, hey, what if I use this color instead on this current painting? Like something didn't sit right with me. Like I can try it out in that little program and then say, okay, yeah, maybe I'll try that.
What program, Michael?
It's just I have an Android, so it's just the whatever button you push to get your photos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of built in, nothing fancy. Okay, so we're getting some darks. You know what, I think this needs a little purple. I love purple and green.
Yeah, I've been waiting for the purple.
Yeah, it's coming. There's nice. See, that purple just looks really great with the set aside against the greens. Oh. Let's get some different tones of that too. Get too involved.
You can really start to see it shaping up.
It's getting there. We're kind of still in block-in stage.
Yeah, but you see what you're looking at now, and it's really beginning to take on its life.
Good. It means we're heading in the right direction. I love playing around with ultramarine blue. It's just like, it's so nice, especially in shadows. I can pretend there's like a little something there. Just that nice, cool, different tones. Maybe that's a rock or a chicken. I don't know. It's kind of fun. get some green up there. Normally I'll use linseed oil. I'll add linseed oil to get it more buttery, but I'm kind of more in a hurry, so I'm just kind of cheating. The downside to using turpentine to loosen it up is sometimes the color will fade a little bit. But I'll just use more color than I should. Back to average.
So Michael, you say you've been oil painting a couple of years now,
Yes.
and we saw a shift about a year ago to you changing to the orange background and using the orange highlighting. What inspired that shift?
Oh, you know, it was probably just something I saw, someone's painting or something that had all this wonderful I think it was like a blue background. And I could see all the little blue coming, like, oh my God, that's so cool. And then I saw a couple of things on YouTube about, you know, toning your canvas. And a lot of people tone it, so I was toning with this kind of like a beige, light beige. And then I'm like, you know, I just love orange. Like, orange is like so amazing. So I just started using this orange. Where was it? Oh yeah, here.
Okay, so it really had nothing to do with your escape from Lodi and return to Placerville.
Oh, you mean go to Ojai?
Yeah.
No, I was already doing that.
Okay.
Let's say that's not what I wanted. Something got in there.
Okay, that was probably my fault that he messed
No.
up.
No, there was something, I didn't clean my brush all the way. I'm trying to get a really nice orange. Okay, let's pop that over. So that's for this. Let's see that. More yellow. Nice and thick. There we go. I'm gonna try and drag my brush across without not buttery enough. I'm working with this kind of a yellow from it's a Winsor Newton that I had left over because I ran out of my good yellow. It's kind of bumming me out a little bit, but that just doesn't spread like the other stuff. It's not as buttery.
Going back to composition, do you ever do a graphite, pencil and paper, pre-sketch of what you're gonna do, establishing your set of
Before you
interest?
came in, he showed a sketch that he made of the
Oh, I see.
components and the shaping of it.
Yes.
Sorry I'm late.
No worries,
You
no worries.
corrected me and I went over to the other side.
Yeah, I just wanted to answer that.
Oh,
Yes,
thank
he
you.
does.
I was all over the place, so sorry.
Okay, so it's not spreading like I want, so I'm just gonna about the.
There is one more chair back here.
Oh, I'm cool, thank you.
There we go. That's got some color I was looking for.
So when you say buttery, that's thicker?
But it's like easily spreadable. Doesn't necessarily mean thick. They're kind of like a little more spreadable. Like, because I normally can spread over 3 layers. Just trying to put a little bit of orange in front here. Scumble that a little bit. And then get that white out of there. I can scrape that back later.
Michael, you're doing good on time, still have at least a half hour.
Okay, great, we might finish. Back. for the sky,
Yeah, I was wondering how you're gonna get the sky in there.
because it's pretty thick, so I'm making myself some channels. All right. I'll save this. Put that over there. All right, let's get out some white. So I'm gonna mix up the house white. It's not gonna be exactly white. Make sure I get enough of it. I always try to give myself more color when I need it, right, when I'm not right in the middle of something. It's all ready to go. All right.
Mike, are you working on your glass table there?
Yes, this is gray glass. And it's really helpful to see and judge color against the gray. I don't know if you've ever, on a rainy day, you look at the trees and you see how green they are. It's kind of that same effect. So I'm putting a little bit of this warm yellow in with this titanium white, because nothing is really white. And since these pieces are in the sun, we want them to be a little on the warm side.
Is it titanium white or some other white?
This is titanium white. So I mix it with a little bit of the deep cadmium yellow. That's kind of a nice hue there. Maybe I'll mix a little on the side. Something that wants to be a little bit more off-white. And let's see, this is where I would, this one's pretty clean. I'll just scoop it on. Nice and thick. Some scumbling action, I think it might, scumbling action. That might be a little white. Let's see. Some of that might poke through. This is in front. Helps to wipe your brush a lot, so you don't mix. You don't want to mix. I don't really like to mix on the canvas as much as I like to mix on the palette. So I'm just gonna get in. Get some decisive, smooth strokes in. A little bit of paint on that, just wipe it. So how much vegetation is going to be there. Probably go past some of that. Can't see anything else. Oh yeah, there was a little bit of sun hitting this right there and there. The rest of that is not. A little blue, just to show that it's in the shade. Anything else in the shade? Shape of that. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm just gonna go like this. This feels like I'm gonna do right now. Okay. Okay, it kind of gives it a nice little dappled effect.
So basically, are you just kind of like touching in the, you're not really brushing into the,
Yeah, just kind of go like that.
just a soft.
Yeah, soft. Okay, let's make this chimney pretty warm. And a little bit more yellow. Let's add a little bit of sculpt that a little bit. Or maybe not. Actually kind of look good. It's all like that. Maybe a little bit. I don't know, I get these things, I can't explain why I do it, but then I just do it. Like, I don't know why I just did that, but I liked it. And I don't care that this is fatter than that at the top. I mean, it's, who cares? There's no painting police, at least not today. Let's actually make that a little bit. Just cut that back. Make it that much easier to paint over. Alright, so anything I wanna, I think I'll accentuate this roof line. I think I'll accentuate this ridge line. A little bit of orange in there. Let's go ahead and put the, let's pretend that was the color of the trim. A little reflection. Missed the spot. Yeah, I don't get too sucked into details at this point. We'll come back and maybe do a few details at the end. Okay, so this post is in the sun. Give it a nice. It's different, slightly different color. It's the one that doesn't really exist. You know, I kind of want to put that post in. Something. Let's put some light on that. It's an opportunity to talk about light. I have one little spot. Get some light. This guy. This guy will just kind of be in the dark a little bit. And to further confuse things.
How long will you wait for this to dry?
Before I throw it over to Ruth's, I'm just teasing. This will probably dry in about 3 or 4 weeks, at least enough to where I can frame it.
Do you seal it?
Yes, and I have this really nice spray that I use to seal. I answered yes because you bought one of my paintings. Of course I do. I'm just teasing. No, I have a real nice spray that I like to use. All right, we're good. Let's come in with let's add a little bit more light, and then we'll put the sky in. Oh, yeah.
You're good. 20 minutes.
Okay.
I'm watching.
Let's get a little bit more. This wasn't enough light for me, so we're gonna do some more. Let's get a little bit more yellow there. It's white. It's that sun coming from a morning. Sometimes I've just been like putting random pieces of red in. I just kind of works. Okay. Brush. A little bit more light than when we started. The sky. So when I need to fill in some of this. Oh, this will be fun. I forgot about down here. I can just go. I like it. Behind all that stuff, there's some more light. That's what that's saying. There's a couple of holes. That's too much. What we don't want to do is make mud like I'm doing right now. Stop. That's it. Stop. Halt. Find that little glob there. That's good for now. There we go. Brought some of that back. Kind of fun. Orange. Okay, let's. Ooh, yeah, that's kind of nice. Just kind of add little bits and pieces
Is
in.
it you?
I don't have any perspective. That's great.
Yeah, go back a little bit. Shadow there. It's a nice bright color.
Did you bring anything with the cover today? No flowers.
Layers.
How do you keep your layers from getting muddy and mixed?
Well, they're kind of doing that. Luck, good grace. No, I try to be light. Try to make it. I think the key is like getting the paint nice and buttery, where it just spreads on easy. And if not able to do it, then I'll pull the knife out. Okay. palette here, that's okay, because we're getting towards we're closing it.
Michael, how often do you paint? I know you got a job with the city.
Oh, probably a couple times a week on a good week.
Okay.
I'll do a couple sittings here and there. At least once during the weekend if I can. All right. Now we're gonna-
Are you in a local gallery?
I am. I'm in the Placerville Art Gallery and in the Sutter Creek Gallery 10, which I really like them. I like both of them. Ruth Mendelson, if you know her, she's a wonderful lady that's very supportive of the arts. And she's been very supportive to me, and she gave me my first big art break. So I'm always very thankful to her and what she's done for me.
Ruth will often come to our member art shows and walk through on day one of the show so that she can look for new artists. And Michael is one of the artists that she noticed at a couple of our events.
Yes, it was at that Cameron Park Birch Junction
Yeah.
thing a few years back. And I learned a lot from her about presenting art. She's very good at curating.
Yes, she is.
I learned, don't just put cheap frames on. If you're gonna, charge money for your art, you should put good frames on. That's tough because good frames are expensive, or they can be. But that was a lesson, and I took a leap of faith, and I invested a fair amount of funds in frames. And I sold a lot. I've sold at least over 60 pieces in the last couple of years. So it's,
Which is an amazing record for an artist. Wonderful.
I'm still really happy about that.
Yeah.
If I didn't sell another piece, it was great, just to be able to share that. All right, we're gonna come through into sky. Just a little clean up here. I'm brave to wear these light tan pants.
Where's your apron?
Yeah, that would have been smart, right? Okay.
Well, it just so happens that PAA sells aprons.
Well, I have one, I just never wear it. I'm like, I don't need it.
Yeah, okay.
Until I do. Okay, so I'm gonna try to grab some white paint that doesn't have too much junk in it. Actually, I'm just gonna grab some pretty white. So what color sky? Are we gonna do a light blue
Yeah.
or a yellow sky?
I've been wondering what you're
I
going to
don't
do
know.
with that sky.
I don't know. Let's take a look. We'll all decide as a team. Here we go. Here's what the yellow. Let's see what that would look like, huh?
One of our vice president's favorite things to ask you is, what color is your sky?
So we could do
And
this.
it doesn't always have to be blue.
No. No, because So what do we think? Is that too much? Or we can do this. We'll make a decision here. This nice cerulean blue.
Well, right now, it looks like a volcano has erupted.
Yes, someone left the frying pan on. Someone left the frying pan on. So I'll add a little bit of this warm yellow in here just to warm this guy up a little bit. Going green. So what do we think about this?
Better.
That better?
Yeah,
Okay.
it works really nicely with the blue you have in the foreground.
We will take this off. Can't do that with watercolor. Oh.
Nope.
I'm telling you, everybody that does watercolor is brave. Those are brave people. Someday I'll be that brave. Okay.
It's like a hurricane.
All right, let's get some more of this. Let's mix it in. There we go. I want to mix up lots of sky because I don't want to have to run out and have to go mix up more. Because this is going to be fairly uniform, and I'm not planning any clouds at this point. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. A lot of times I don't. I like doing clouds with, if I'm doing a palette knife painting. Cloud, they just like, I don't know, they just melt in there. Okay. Let's get it on there. No futzing around. Okay, that was the easy part of this guy. Does it look too white? Yes. All right, we'll fix that. I don't want it to be too blue. All right, that's as blue as we're gonna go today. Put some warmth in there. That yellow. Is that better? I hope.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe, okay. Tough.
Tough crowd.
Well, honesty is honesty will get you.
So Michael, I'm not a painter, but I do watch some videos. And most painters start painting the sky first and then bring the picture into it. And you're doing it a little backwards.
Yeah, I'm doing a little backwards. You know, it's one of the things, one of the reasons why I would put this guy in last, especially if I had a thin tree, so I would actually I would shape the tree with this guy. I've done that on a couple. That's really fun to do. Not going to happen here because the painting's too thick. All right, let's get this piece in right.
Are you saying the sky paint is too thick?
No, the pieces.
Oh.
Normally I would just block it in, deal with time, and then come back. This works. Wipe the brush. Here's the key: is wiping the brush. Keep it clean. All right.
Yeah, because you're always using your negative space really in an interesting way.
Oh.
So you cut into things and work with the negative space a lot, you noticed on your paintings.
Yes, sometimes.
It seems like there's a lot of push-pull in that. I don't know, I'm
It's
not.
kind of like my life, right?
I'm not
So much
hating it,
push,
but when I
pull.
look at it, it looks like it's, you put one color in for the sky and then you'll pull out some new colors for the branches of the trees and then you'll go back. That's what I mean by push-pull with negative space in there.
Yeah, so I'll cut
Especially
in.
especially if you're dealing with branches and things like that.
So I'll cut in a little bit. This is what I did. I gotta get that this way. At some point, it just becomes a coloring book. Yeah, I didn't make enough paint. Make some more paint. I'll run out. I don't want to run out. It's weird. There must have been a little bit of paint on the side of that. get that on there.
No pressure.
No, none taken. Now we're just we're gonna blast it in now. A nice piece for there. Not really a bunch of, no real room for a bunch of skyholes today. Let me get a couple in there.
But it works.
Skyholes are my favorite.
Yeah. It works.
So let's move this. It's got a little warmer than I wanted. I picked up some of the color. Let's thin that out.
So at this point, are some of the early colors you put on solidifying?
Solidifying? What do you mean?
They're less.
Drying?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna, we're in this for a bit. Okay, so I'm gonna add just a quick couple of things with my rigger brush. Let's see, the new details that I want to put in. I did notice that, let's see, that chin is too thick. Actually, that was too deep. Fix a couple of the problems. I'll fix that later. So with the rigger brush, I'll do a couple of, I don't know, get some red. Like, oh, is there a space that might need some red? And then I'll sign my name. I usually use my initials. And I'll just carve them in. Maybe I'll do it over on this side. Take the bigger brush. Some of that nice red. Okay, let's make a couple of leaves. Just to make it look a little, that's what's going on. And it's good for now.
Are there any more questions for Michael?
So I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to finish this with the time, but I did another one. It'd be interesting to see that I pre-did this one. I spent a little bit more time with it. It's a very simple composition. And that's the key, right? Is let's do something simple and fast and just get that kind of loose feeling. Because that's what I'm after. I'm not after like a perfect thing, obviously. I'm after just getting a quick, loose, colorful composition that's pleasing to the eye.
Yeah. Did you have a question?
Very nice. Thank you so much. That's awesome.
Do we have a
I have a
question?
question. Do you paint on wood or canvas?
I like to paint on canvas mostly. I painted on canvas board just because that's what I had. There's also one to show you. Does anybody who here plein air paints? Or likes to take their painting stuff on vacation? Okay, so when I go on vacation, I take that backpack and I can take up to 8 paintings with me. I do 4 11 by 14s and 4 9 by 12s, and this is, let me show you how I do it. So here's the one that I brought. See this little cheap plastic frame, you can get these. So what I'll do is, when I'm done with this one, I'll show you. Just pull this off here. There it is. Let's go timber. All right. So it's nice to go frame to it. So what I'll do is I'll just put this onto this. They don't touch each other. And if I have a canvas, I'll have the canvases on the inside and then I'll put the boards on the outside. And I'll tape them all together so I can get 4. And then I'll do another one with 11 by 14s. And I'll blue tape them all together. And then when I come home, I untape everything and see which ones I liked, which ones I didn't like. So it's a real cheap and easy way to be able to transport your paintings.
Separate.
Great tip.
Yeah, thank you. This one looks a little bit brighter, doesn't it? A little more fresh. Done quicker, less muddling.
Quickier, that was.
Quickier.
I said quickier.
Once the paint dries, what's he finish it with?
Well, okay, so once I'm done painting on it, because I might come back and say, oh, you know what, I'm gonna change that, maybe. I'll put it up on my wall for a bit, and if it survives a week, then it's good to go. Either I like it, and I try to sell it somewhere, or I keep it because I love it, or I love it and I sell it, or I just throw it away. It's really hard to paint over thick painted paintings, so if it's thin enough, I'll paint over it if I don't like it, but I won't hold on to a bunch of stuff that I don't like.
So there was a question, do you put a finishing varnish or something on the paint when it's done?
Yes, when it's absolutely done, I heard it's not a good idea to put I put a spray. It's like a spray topping on it so it can be dusted, whatever.
Michael, what is the spray?
I don't remember. It's like a Krylon brand, you just go shh a couple of times and let it dry, and
I don't think it's acrylic.
it might be acrylic.
Spray paint.
Spray finish, matte or gloss. Okay.
That's fun. Any other questions?
Why do you use turpenoid instead of Gamsol?
Because I never tried Gamsol, I don't know that. What's Gamsol? Have you using it?
Medium.
Is it, oh, so
I use
it's,
it for cleaning a brush.
oh, okay. And can you also use it to thin?
I do.
Yes.
Gamsol.
Yeah.
And is that made, is it like more organic or something?
No,
Uh,
it's a gambling product.
A
Gambling brand.
Oh, Gamblin, okay. Oh, right, Gamsol.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's the same thing.
Probably is, probably just costs more money because it's got that
Yeah.
name brand.
Could be. I do use, I know I glossed over it really quickly, but I use linseed oil when I'm not in a hurry to make the paint nice and buttery. Kind of that easily, because I'll go over 3 layers. First thin layer, and then I'll block in, and then I'll go over that block-in layer. If I don't want to drag and make mud, I want to be able to go right over the top and make it nice and buttery, so it's like you could just spread it like margarine, kind of, I guess. So I got my wife's eyedropper, and I just stole that, and I put the linseed oil in there. It works really good. She knows not to use this for her stevia.
Besides the rear brush, you use what, flat brush, or are you using, what colors are you using?
So these are rounds, and I use rounds and flats.
And flats?
For something like 9x12, I like to use 4s. Probably should have used a 6. I would have been a little bit more loose. I always use a bigger brush than you think. At least I like to try to use bigger brush than I think I need, just because it just adds to that looseness. Because you're not like. This rigger brush is just kind of at the end, beside the name.
For details.
It's a number 2. And the Daler rounding, I mean, I'm just surprised that for once something's not super expensive and really good quality. And these hog's hair brushes that they have, I just love. I've got all the sizes. And this would be like $6. And you want to buy a bunch of them because there's the shipping from England, but it's a good price.
And what's the brand name again?
Daler, I think it's Daler or Roundy. They've been around for quite some time. And the little rubber things that I use, those, I think I got these at Michael's. This one I got at an art place in Santa Fe, and I'm just gonna buy that. It's great. It cost me more than I wanted to pay, but I love it. It's great for the big ones. Any other questions?
Yes, what is your paint on? Is it glass?
Oh yeah, let me hold that up. So this is gray glass bottom. This is a real nice, this is the Yugo brand, so I can take it out if I need to. It has this thing that you can put brushes on or whatever, it's all magnetic, which is kind of nice. I can put it on the stand for plein air. And then when I'm done, you know, I just hold up, put it in the freezer, and then my paint's like good. So that makes it real easy.
Who's the manufacturer?
What's that?
Who makes that?
Gosh, I don't know. It's called Yugo. I think it's. Let me see if I can see it. If I can still read anything. Yeah, UGO, Yugo. They make a small one. This is the biggest one they make, and I love it because it has. You know, I think I can do like a 20x16 on this even, and I'll hold it in this little claw here, and it's just the gray. You order it. You pay a little extra for the gray glass, but I love painting on gray because the gray just helps me see the color so much better. And then, I mean, you can even just, you could put it on your tripod and you could tilt it, and you could still have your painting upright. So it's a great. It was a great. It's an investment, but I've got more than my money's worth out of it for sure. Yeah, whatever works.
Okay, more questions? Oh,
Yes.
You spent 1 hour doing that painting. How much longer did you do on the other paint?
Oh, I probably was 2 hours in.
Oh, another hour?
Yeah, probably another hour. You know what? Didn't really get much better, did it?
It's warmer.
I think that one looks better. I mean, this got a little. This got a little. I'm gonna smooth this out actually. Smooth. That's a little. You don't want one thing to be. So I'll go in there and put some darks in a little bit. Oops.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Oh yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. Happy painting.
Okay, let's take a 15-minute break and be back here about, what is it, 3:55, 5 minutes to 4, okay? And enjoy. I'd like to bring up Paul Yandell, who is chair of the studio tour. How many people are on the studio tour here?
Not enough.
Okay. That's good. Paul says not enough. So, Paul, you want to
Sure.
come to this?
Can you hear me okay without the mic?
Yeah.
So, when I say not enough, it's just because it's such a good opportunity to share your art with the community. That's really what it is. That's what you're missing out on if you're not signed up. We have right now, the tour reminder is September 25th, 26th, and 27th. 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We have 9 studios participating, and we're up to 32 artists. So we're still looking for artists, and what we did on our last week's meeting, we decided to freeze the entry-level pricing to the end of today. So if you make a commitment today that you want to be on the tour, we can keep the pricing at $125. And that really is to pay for, more than anything, it's paid for the publicity of the event itself.
And the brochure.
And, yeah, which is the brochure,
Yeah.
which we pass out quite a bit, okay? So that's what we're looking for. If anyone's interested, please seek me out before the end of the meeting today, and we'll get you signed up. We have several studios available with space available, and it's a lot of fun. I participated last year and had a really good time, and hopefully you'll join us. Any questions at all?
The date again, September?
It's September 25th, 26th, and 27th. Last weekend of September.
And if you register online today, click the pay $125 button, even though it says it expired earlier.
Yeah, we'll work it out. Or let me know today, right now, if you haven't been able to sign up and you're interested, and we'll freeze you at that price. Okay? Yes, Shirley.
I have plenty of room at my place. Anybody interested? I could use some artists.
Right on.
Because unlike me, she doesn't like to be alone.
Okay?
Okay.
Thank you very
Paul,
much.
Thank you. Thank you. The Paw Brigade. Has anybody heard of the Paw Brigade? Paw Brigade? Has anybody donated a decorated? Who has donated? Okay, so I won't spend a lot of time on that. The reception is May 9th in El Dorado Hills Town Center. Okay? I'll just let you know that, 1 to 6. It's on Facebook, and you guys can get that information, so I won't spend a lot of time.
It's also on the Mother Lode
Animal Outreach
of the Mother Lode website.
Okay, Animal Outreach of Motherlode. And it is one of the very few no-kill shelters. So that's pretty cool. There were 80, maybe didn't know that, 80 entries, and they're going to be auctioned off to raise money for the animal shelter.
And there's gonna be a judging of it. Cheryl Gleason from the MAC will be the judge for that event.
Yeah, so, anyway.
May 9th reception overlaps with our plein air event,
yeah.
but those of you with a lot of energy can make both.
Yeah, the reception for the Paw Brigade is 1 to 6, free food, free drinks, and I believe all of the donated arting animals will be displayed. And it does coincide with, Linnell said, the plein air competition, which is closed right now. Linnell, how many?
Closed for entries, we ended up with, I think, 27.
Ooh, okay, more than last year.
More than last year.
Okay, that is, anybody here sign up for the plein air competition? Okay, good, all right. That's going to be judged?
It is a judge. Bobby Baldwin is our judge this year. She's a notorious plein air painter in our area. And we have a reception that's open to the public from 4 to 6 p.m. at Greenstone on May 9th. And back on the record.
Okay, you got that, all right. Okay, yeah, there's just so much going on, and we are just a tremendous club. There's just lots going on. The other thing is the county fair. Is there anybody here who is interested in entering some art into the county fair? Okay, more hands, okay, that's good.
Deadline's May 27th.
May 27th, and there are some of the books up here on the front, and the entry page is in there, and it tells you all about fine art, which Placerville Arts Association, under the tutelage of Linnell, our fearless leader, runs. She runs it.
And photography,
totally
which is
runs it.
chaired by Fab.
Right, but Linnell runs it. She's amazing. And I think that Linnell sends blasts out for us to sign up to volunteer to sit, which is an absolute blast. So many people come through, and so many people have stories, and they buy art, and it's just a ball of fun.
You will never have, in El Dorado County, have more people walk by your art
Yes.
than the 4 days at the county fair. There are 18,000 people that come through that gate in a typical year.
Yeah, put that in your pipe and smoke it.
And there's no number of entries limited, so you can enter as many pieces as you want and build a wall for yourself.
Yeah, it's really, it's fun, it's work, but the rewards are amazing. And I just, if you're not doing anything, sign up. And if you're not doing any other thing, enter your art. Because like you said, 18,000 people are gonna see it. Motherlode Show is running fantastically. It's up and going. The last time to enter the Motherlode Show is September, I want to say 19th. Again.
And entries won't open until the first week of June.
Right. They're not open yet, but it is, everything is in place, and it's really a very high-level show.
And we're still looking for a chairperson for next year. So if you're interested in running this show and saving me from needing to do it, come on up and talk to me about it, and we'll get you signed up and get you trained this year.
Yeah. Done everybody talk at once. But it's fun, and it's a great show. And we get a lot of members, new members from it, because they love us. And the MAC loves us. Okay, we did the painter competition. Free books, did everybody get free stuff back there? Donna does not want to go home with any books. Okay? All right, she told me
Lauren
that.
Hauser brought that.
She told me that. Oh, just a tiny recap on the member show. Who entered in the member show that we had? Oh, look, the most hands. 13 pieces of art sold.
Plus one silent auction for a total of 14.
And one of them sold twice. Is that part of the 13?
No.
Or is that part of That was so funny. A piece of art sold, but it stayed there with the red tag. And then somebody came along and bought it again. So it's Carolyn Cunningham, so now she has to make another piece for the first one that bought it. It's never happened. Never happened before. Okay.
But that's just a note to check for dots before you sell it again if you're sitting the show.
Yeah, check for dots. Okay, and now we can do our share thing. So I have a list, and I will call the names.
And remember, you want to show it to the group as well as the camera.
Yeah, you do have to come up because the camera is here, and you're going to be on YouTube, and who knows where that goes, huh? Linnell, let's bring Linnell up first.
And our theme for this was called First Flower. And I was planning to do daffodils, but then I got distracted and never got around to it. So I brought the first flower that I did with the technique where I mashed up an AI stencil with pan pastel and colored pencil to finish off the piece. And it's something that I've been working in, and I was just mentioning that we evolve with things that we do. And so I'm doing less strict AI and more mashing up at this time.
That's beautiful. That,
Thank you.
Sue Davis. You okay? Okay. After Sue is Ellen, okay? And then Shirley. Okay, we'll start with that.
Well, I had a camellia plant that bloomed finally this spring. And so I just was really excited to paint it. I would like to do a little bit more down here and maybe a little pattern in the background, but I'm pretty happy with it.
And is it acrylic?
No, it's watercolor. It's oil.
Oil, okay. Let us know your medium so we can appreciate that too.
Yeah, it's pretty. And now Ellen.
This is watercolor. It's the second watercolor I've ever done.
Wow.
Plus, these were fake flowers sitting on my kitchen table, so I was actually looking at them. And that's about it.
So that would be a typical traditional still life painting.
Still life, yeah.
Still life,
And I
yes.
haven't done still life for many, many years.
You guys remember that our spring member show is based on media. And our fall member show is based on subject matter. So we would be entering something like Ellen's piece or my piece, if Carolyn allowed the mashup, in the still life category. And our strongest category at the fall show is always our landscape category, because you guys love to do landscapes here in El Dorado County. Who's next?
Shirley.
And then behind Shirley?
Behind Shirley is Rosie. Okay, and another Sue Davis. Sue, did you bring two? Where are you, Sue?
I'm right here.
Oh,
Is there a second Sue that brought one?
I signed you, and then you signed you.
Oh, I
Okay.
see, okay.
Rosie, Rebecca, and Mitzi. Yay, I got it.
Okay. Mine is acrylic. I did it with acrylic pens. It's acrylic. I did it with acrylic pens, and it's not painted. It's stippling, I think you call it. So I just had the urge to do this for hours.
And actually, that's a good technique to use with those acrylic pens, because they don't always flow beautifully, but when you're using that kind of technique, they work really well for that.
Yeah, but you have to make sure you cover them, because if they dry out, you have a heck of a time getting them started again.
Yeah, I usually keep a little cup of water nearby too. It helps.
Yeah.
I try not to drink it, Michael.
So when you say stippling, are you dotting?
yeah.
Is that dotting?
Yeah.
Stippling is, so it's not flowing, it's dot.
Or,
Wow.
well, like over here, I did actually paint with it. Like, and when I made this part down here, and, you know, when I made the leaves, I actually drew with it.
Okay.
But all this is stippling up here, and in the leaves area, and I actually colored in this part, you know, the striped parts down.
Could you put that closer to the camera?
Yeah, look.
And I hope we see all these pieces at the fall show. These are all great.
Can you see it now?
Wow. Huh.
Yeah.
Very nice, Shirley.
That's really
I
good.
really like that one.
And then Rosie, okay.
Very nice. Okay, well, mine is an oil, and it's called, upside down, Colorful Lily Pond. And I love doing texture, and I've discovered that the palette knife seems to work really good for me, so better than a paintbrush. I kind of do both, but I really, the palette knife just kind of falls in my hand, so
So Rosie likes knives.
I like knives.
Nice.
And I like texture. And
Very good.
And color.
Very nice.
Bum, bum, bum. Okay, Sue's not, okay, Rebecca. Oh, gosh. They were, I put them in my kitchen and they lasted.
I never get them.
This is poppy at entrance. This was a poppy that grew up right in front of a rock at my entrance to my house. So this is a real poppy, and I painted it partly plein air and partly took a photograph and then finished it later. So it is just a poppy in a rock.
It's amazing where those poppies will pop up. What did you say the medium was?
This is pastel.
Pastel.
Pastel, oh.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And Mitzi,
Are you sure it's spelled right?
you spelt it for me, Mitzi. Is that right? I have to
Like a
check.
French poodle. I typically use watercolor, and so this is the first flower, and it's my first collage. So I painted my papers and then glued them on. 52 years ago, I was an art and elementary school teacher, and I taught little kids, and we did torn paper collages. So I'm finally getting back to it.
And you know, Mitzi, there's a collage group that Carolyn Cunningham and
Yes.
Sue Wickersham participate with, and if you haven't hooked up into that, you might want to.
I should.
Yeah, they really push the limits, and it's very interesting. I think it's also something that they might Zoom and do online, so
Yes.
there's that.
Yeah, it's online.
Yeah, yeah. Those of you with slow internet connections, it doesn't work.
So guys, that's it. Does anybody have any questions about any of our upcoming events? Oh, okay, then you're all dismissed. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.